Hi, you guys, this is Lucy here, and welcome to my first episode of Coffee with Lucy. I wrote an article last weekend in my blog with the 5 things you need to know as a first time home buyer. And I got a great feedback from it, and I decided, well, that's going to be the perfect, subject to, to my first episode, for my first video here. And the one thing that I want to make it very clear from the beginning is that what is a first time home buyer, because I think a lot of people have this idea wrong, or they just don't, they're not familiar. A first time home buyer is somebody that hasn't owned real estate for at least 3 years. So you can be a first time home buyer if you sold your home 5 years ago, or for example, a first time home buyer can be if your spouse is not has never owned a home, you together can qualify as a first time home buyer. So those are little things that you want to look into, maybe talk to your lender about if you haven't yet. But they're important to clarify. The things, the number one thing you need to know as a first time home buyer is, are you ready? Well, a lot of people start, shopping around, getting excited, but they're not so sure if they're ready yet. For you to know if you're ready, you need to answer a couple questions. One of them is, do you have a steady job? Do you have good credit? Is your debt to income, or is it high or is it low? So there's a few questions you want to ask yourself that are realistic. But it's okay if you answer no to all those questions, because whenever you sit down with your lender, he's going to be able to help you through that process of figuring it out, whether you are ready or not, and if you're not, what are steps for you to get there. Well, the second thing you need to know it's before you start looking for a house, you should find a realtor, someone that it's gonna walk you through that process, someone that you can trust. And just to clarify, realtor and real estate agents are a little different. Obviously, they're both licensed agents, but a realtor is someone that's part of the National Association of Realtors, which take pledge on a code of ethics and follow highest standards of customer service. I am part of the National Association of Realtors, the California Association of Realtors, and the Ventura County Association of Realtors. And the reason why I think it's important to be part of those is that we are constantly learning and growing and becoming really the best we can be, so we can serve you better. The other thing is that the realtor is going to help you through everything. Is going to help you see the properties, is going to help you understand the things that you should be looking at, fine tuning exactly what you want, someone that's going to be really there from beginning to end. And I usually say that a realtor is like a fast friend. You're going to know everything about them, they're going to know so much about you, and that friendship starts and it continues after the process of buying a home ends. The third thing you need to know is, how much money do you really need to buy a house? A lot of buyers start shopping around and they think that they only need their down payment, but there are other costs involved in the purchase of a home. For example, you need cash for earnest money deposit, or home inspection and appraisal, that kind of stuff, and sometimes even closing costs. The number 4 step is how to talk to your lender. Well, the good news is there are a lot of mortgage lenders. They have different first-time homebuyer programs. Find out in which program do you qualify. Well, when you find that lender, you want to get pre-approved, so you know how much you can go shop around for. You know your limit. Your lender is also going to help you find out how much mortgage payment you can make every month, and help you calculate the other costs of home ownership, you know, utilities, insurance, taxes, that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to have a good conversation with the lender and get everything squared away, get pre-approved, know what you're getting yourself into, so you're not surprised later on. The last, number 5, and the last thing I want to talk about is what are the benefits of home ownership. When you are a tenant, anytime your lease is up, your landlord can wrench up your budget and raise the rent. And you're like, well, I wasn't ready for that. And sometimes you have to move. It's very, stressful. If you are able to own a home, and why wouldn't you? It's a great thing for your future. You building wealth and equity. You are there's many taxes deductible that you can write off, interest rates, that kind of stuff. Um, you also you also have the freedom to know how much your mortgage payment is every month, and that is going to stay there for the next 30 years probably, whatever your plans are. But that it's very comforting to know. Um, and it's a great retirement plan, especially for us millennials. We don't know what it's going to be like when we're retired. If we can invest in real estate, it's a great way to go about stopping people's rent. I think that's the biggest benefit of homeownership. It's to have that freedom and build, a future for you. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first video, so I know I'll get better at it. But if you have any questions at all, feel free to call me or text me. I'm always here to help you with your real estate needs. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.